Logic is a blunt tool. It excels at solving puzzles and calculating probabilities, but it fails miserably when faced with the messy unpredictability of human existence. You can map out every possible outcome and build a perfect mental model of how things should work, yet life will still throw you a curveball that defies every rule you've established. Rules provide a false sense of security in a chaotic world. We use logic to convince ourselves that if we follow a specific sequence of steps, we can guarantee a predictable outcome. This intellectual shortcut creates a mental safety net that disappears the moment emotion, timing, or sheer randomness enters the equation. Suffering often feels illogical because we try to rationalize why things go wrong. We search for a cause and effect loop to explain why a good person faces hardship or why a mistake leads to catastrophe. In reality, the universe isn't a math problem waiting to be solved. It is a series of events that simply occur without regard for your reasoning. Intuition often captures what the brain misses through careful analysis. There is a quiet intelligence in the gut that processes thousands of subtle cues that logic ignores in favor of data points. When you ignore that feeling because it doesn't make sense, you are essentially turning off a vital survival mechanism that sees what the eyes and the equations cannot. Growth is rarely a linear progression of logical increments. Most profound transformations come through sudden shocks, failures, and emotional upheavals that seem entirely irrational at the time. You cannot think your way into wisdom. You have to experience the friction of living to truly understand how the world operates. Acceptance is the bridge between knowing and understanding. Logic tells you that a situation is unfair, but wisdom teaches you that fairness is not a requirement for living. The goal isn't to find a way to make the chaos make sense, but to learn how to move through it without losing your mind. Stop trying to solve life like an equation. The most important lessons will always bypass your reasoning and land straight in your heart. Eventually, you will realize that the most profound truths are found not in the calculation, but in the parts of life that logic is simply too blunt to touch.